Hey there, Virgo. How are you today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. This one is going to be for today, Monday, July 28th, right through Thursday, July 31st. I will be back on Wednesday to do bonus readings to get you through your weekend. I know this one's a day later than I intended, and I'm so sorry, but we got here anyways, and this is the last one of this set, so let's get this one going, huh? All right, we're just going to pull cards and see what Spirit wants to talk about. That's the whole deal. So, without further ado, here we go. This one's for my, what are we doing? Virgo, sorry, Virgo. Okay, almost got lost there. All right, Virgo, what you got? We're starting with the Six of Wands, okay? Followed by the Death card, and then the Queen of Swords. So this is your backstory or your recent past. Currently, I have you with the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. In the near future, we are looking at the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck for this reading is actually the Seven of Pentacles. So the undercurrent to this entire reading is very much so about you being at a point in your life where you're trying to decide how much you want to invest into certain things or anything, you know. You're at a very fluid time, I guess you could say, because you're at a point where you just need to make up your mind how much you're going to invest into what. What things do you want to invest in and how much time are you going to put into them? That's where you're at there. The card at the center of your read, so it plays into the equation from almost every direction, is actually the Three of Pentacles. One second. Sorry, I think it's rude to try to drink water on camera, but I had to get a drink of water. The Three of Pentacles. This is speaking to collaborations, making me feel as though you must have a variety of new collaborations coming towards you, and this is why you're having to decide which ones you want to invest in and which ones you don't. Okay? We will see how it plays in as we go. Let's start with the recent past or your backstory. Six of Wands, then the Death card with the Queen of Swords is the challenge. So the Six of Wands is all about your public image, really. And I'm saying this is about you being recognized for things that you do. But especially when it comes to Virgo or Capricorn, I feel it's much more about the image that you portray, which only in your two cases do I feel to be as authentic as it is. I think the image you portray is very authentic, but it's also something that you work very hard at crafting the way you want it to be. Okay? So you are gaining recognition here in the near future, and a lot of it just has to do with you being you. Okay? Your image is definitely portraying who you are the way that you want it to be portrayed, okay? Which is a good thing in your case, okay? With the Death card next to it, it feels as though that image has been through quite the transformation here lately, meaning you have been through quite the transformation, okay? There you go. The challenge here has something to do with the Queen of Swords. So this is how you're portraying in this line. So you are coming through as somebody who is incredibly cold right now, very defensive, especially when it comes to anything, when it comes to everything, really. I mean, you are very defensive in life in general here in the recent past and very cold to everyone, no matter how they're coming towards you. Okay, it's okay to be cold towards people that come at you cold. That would be expected, right? But you're being very cold and matter of fact, very black and white towards everybody. So maybe it was something that needed to be softened, is what it's saying. This is your past. We couldn't change it if we want to. It's just telling me where we're coming from coming into this reading. So, all right, where are you at currently? Currently, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Two of Pentacles saying that you are struggling right now to find a sense of balance in your life. It would seem, because of the other cards here, I feel like you have picked a direction to focus all of your energy, which can be great, but if you become too hyper-focused, then you don't allow for anything else to come in, right? You need balance. There always needs to be balance, okay? It can't be all work and no play. It can't be all play and no work. Everything needs to somehow have balance, right? Okay, the next one over is the Three of Pentacles. This, like I told you, is collaborations. I think that collaborations are at the core of what this imbalance is for some reason. You're having a hard time figuring out how to split your time up amongst different things to try to achieve balance, okay? And then the obstacle or the challenge here is the Lovers. So this would make me believe that that is what is lacking in your life currently, is possibly a romantic situation or one that you truly want to invest in. And that is what's got everything off kilter then, because you have to have some love in your life as well. So that seems to be your current situation. Fighting hard to find balance, and Maybe trying to do it without any sort of a love interest, and possibly that's what's lacking right now. That is what you're looking for. Okay, in the near future, where are we going? In the near future, I can't see my timer anymore, battery's going bad. In the near future, I have the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is how you're presenting here in the near future. Male or female does not matter on the King and Queen part. It's just an energy, but you are presenting twice here in your feminine. So that is where you're more comfortable right this minute, okay? As the Queen of Wands, you exude a certain sense of sex appeal. You are definitely somebody who sees what they want and goes and gets it, okay? Period. End of conversation. That's how you deal with life. Your big obstacle then is that sometimes you don't bother to be mindful of who you might step on to get at it. You can rack up bad karma, making whatever you are after you achieve it just fall away because you have to pay the karma back, right? So kind of counterproductive unless you're very mindful of the people around you. It looks like in the near future you're in that mode. You have a ton of different options. I'm going to have to assume this is in love. That's what I feel like. I feel like you don't like any of them. Your mind is set on somebody else that is not one of the options right now. So with the Page of Swords being the obstacle, I think you are searching for clarity about where you might stand in that situation. And also, I think that you are both watching somebody, that is the person that you truly seem to desire, as are they watching you, but very quietly. So I think what this means is you have a lot of options, and none of them really are all that appealing to you, because it seems to me possibly you've already made your mind up about who you want. It must be somebody from your past, and it's somebody you're not sure if you can still go back and get. That's how this looks like to me, okay? But as quiet as it's kept, I feel like they're keeping as close an eye on you as you are on them. Okay, behind the Seven of Pentacles, I have the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So as you're trying to decide what it is you want to invest in and how much, you are taking time to try to rest. It's saying, you know, you're needing to heal from certain situations. There's also something here about reciprocity and spreading yourself too thin. So if you don't figure out which things are most important and try to find some sort of balance, eventually you just try to give everybody your best, right? But you can't spread yourself that thin or nobody's going to get the best of you. Everybody just gets a little piece of you and feels breadcrumbed. And in time, it'll just build resentment. It doesn't build the image that you're after. It doesn't help build that. Okay, so you need to get focused a little bit here. You've got to figure out which things do you want to see in your life 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Where do you want to be? Okay? All right, let's see. I don't know where I'm at on time because my timer is almost, can't see it. Okay, let's go ahead and do the days of the week just so I don't not get them in. Monday, you've got the Emperor and the Eight of Swords. This is something about you being all up in your head and knowing that to get out of your head, you need to compromise and being unwilling to do so. You're just being very my way or the highway, very rigid in your thinking. It's not doing you any favors right now, okay, Virgo? Okay, Tuesday, you have the Four of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like there is some sort of higher level soulmate here. This one is not romantic, but this is somebody that you're building a foundation with. I don't know if this is work related. This would be like somebody you're going into a side business with or something. This is somebody who comes into your life, and on Tuesday you two begin to set the groundwork possibly for some sort of feels like a side business, side hustle type deal that maybe you're trying to develop with somebody. Wednesday, I have the Hermit and the Tower. The Hermit's your card anyway, so you're standing in your power, but you're pulling your energy back out of a situation again to try to reassess it, make sure that it's, to try to overthink it. There you go, Virgo. You're trying to overthink something. You pulling your energy back out for some reason is causing a tower to fall. So be mindful and cautious at that. Make sure it's something you don't mind the tower falling in, I guess. I don't know. Thursday, I have the Magician and the Ten of Cups. This is you trying to set your sights on your end goal as far as your emotional fulfillment goes, and so you can begin to manifest in that direction. So you must realize there's an imbalance that you're trying to solve. Alrighty then, no matter what the cards say, go out there and make it the best week you possibly can. I will return on Wednesday with your bonus readings. I'm here every morning with the daily energy check-ins. If you want to stop by and check them out, they're kind of cool. And that's it. All right, I want to thank you guys, all of you. You're all amazing. All of you have been unbelievably wonderful, and I thank you all. Okay, I appreciate y'all. Have a good day.